And we're live. What's up, people? Welcome to another Sunday Vampire the Masquerade. Grim and Magic, we're dropping a sub. Thank you very much. You guys are in the draw that will be drawn on 1st of January, as with everyone else that is subbed to the channel as well. So definitely bear that in mind, guys. If you are subbed to the channel, you may be getting a message in Discord at some point informing you have won the $50 merch pack. So keep an eye on the Discord messages around the 1st of January. Just a quick couple of messages before we get started tonight. Next Wednesday, there will be no Curse of Strahd. I announced it in the Discord. I'll also...
I'm sorry.
Keep it up. Trashy has some IRL things going on, and we did think about moving it to Tuesday or a Thursday, but Cam is not able to make it on either of those days, which is why I decided to cancel it. And I think Cam said that he's away the following week, which is obviously Christmas week. So I thought, bugger it, we're not gonna do Curse of Strahd next week. We'll probably just do it just chatting. But Curse of Strahd will return on the 5th of January, Wednesday the 5th of January. And tonight will be the last Vampire the Masquerade for the year, and we'll return on the 9th of January for Vampire the Masquerade. So pretty much Christmas week, just so that we don't have any issues with scheduling and family stuff. We'll just take the next couple of weeks for no D&D, no Vampire the Masquerade. I'll still be streaming. Not sure what nights, what I'm doing, or what days, but there will definitely be some streams throughout there because I've got no plans over Christmas because I generally don't celebrate it. So in saying that, I'll turn it over to our storyteller and we'll get into tonight's session.
Well, hello there, that's me.
That's you.
So, recap. Last Sunday, the menagerie sitting in front of us here, we played the second half of Thursday. The Thursday night that continued with a coterie in the Lost Gallery, where you guys all discussed going off to the Gangsters Paradise Bar for the remainder of the daylight, well, the nightlight, to mull over things in private. A present was delivered to Echo before you left, which was met with extreme caution. Some of you left the building to open it, in case it came with some dastardly repercussions. But in the end, it only turned out to be a rose sent from Nathan, and he left a note saying that he would stand down from praxis. So now, you all know who the third name was in position for the prince. After that, an announcement came that Echo and Marco were to state their claims in front of the council and Justicars. Echo delivered her speech, noting that her skills as an award-winning journalist were crucial in aiding to find the missing Justicar, Mary Wade, and that Echo is able to quickly get things done. She also noted that she was as good as, and I've mistyped something here. This is some real good reading. She noted she was good at finding things, and Leslie had noted that down as well. Marco regaled a story about how he was turned, and at the same moment, how Leslie had made an example of a Setite or ministry combatant who broke rules. He took Marco under his wing and taught him, and finally made Marco the sheriff years later. Marco also retorted to some of Echo's claims, stating that her books were breaching the masquerade, and then he sort of asked about a human named Peggy, just to throw that into the mix. After the speeches, some of you spoke to the Primogen Council members, trying to sway them in Echo's direction. It seemed the Bruja, Tremere, and Toreador clans would back Echo, though with some circumstances pending. As far as the Malkavian Primogen, it was hard to tell exactly where she would put her bets, but it seemed that she liked a bit of ruthless aggression. You all headed to the Gangsters Paradise Bar, and of course it's soon to be rebranded the Manhattan, where you all spoke more about the things you were thinking of and had learned about. And finally, Pip was encouraged to utilise his special set of skills to see if he could find out who was behind Leslie's betrayal. He focused, he saw visions of bullets being prepared in an assembly line, and he drew a rough bullet on his pad or his sketching paper. Isaac searched his memory for anything about where bullets were made, while Zane hit the internet, both of them coming up with records about an old bullet factory in the Footscray area. Pip then fell unconscious as he saw Leslie's face in a vision, yelling for help. Only Pip has seen this vision. We ended the game there. Does Pip know what it means? As we know, his visions aren't always what they seem. And did he tell the coterie? Pip, you could probably tell us that. Would you have told the coterie straight after your vision?
I sure would have.
Sweet. So as far as we're concerned, all you guys know what Pip saw as far as that last little piece. Pip, when you collapsed, you were only out for about 10 seconds, and you were able to get straight back up and tell them what happened. When you got back up, you could feel and hear the voice of Sylvia Plath coaxing you back, telling you that you'd done well. The rest of you, and Pip inclusive, did anyone feed before going to the day sleep? No, anyone could have if they wanted. They can. If you did, we can
Yes,
resolve
Jackson,
that.
definitely.
Okay, Jackson, I'll need you for your style of feed. Just give me your choice: dexterity, athletics, or dexterity, brawl, or strength. You can throw strength in there if you want.
Probably go strength. Strength brawl. That. That. Hunger 3. Four.
Very good. So you had an excellent night of hunting. You found easy prey. Not your best, but as far as chasing someone down, it wasn't too bad. You get your feed going down 1 point of hunger, putting you at 2. Aaron, you wish to do the same?
Yeah, I would have gone hunting.
All right, hunting. Similar role for you, dexterity, athletics, I would say, unless you can think of anything you would rather.
Two successes.
2 successes. It's the same deal for you. It takes you a little longer hunting than what it would have Jax for his prey, but you manage to find what you're after, get what you need, and you are able to remove 1 point of hunger, or 2, depending on your feed ability. The rest of you, no one else is feeding? No. So, this is a new day, or a new evening. Upon waking, everyone will need to make their rouse check. So a single blood dice. Everyone make a rouse check.
Isaac goes up 1.
Oh, Isaac, you feel the beast behind right in that part of your brain that tells you everything you need to know about feeding on the living beings. You get that feeling of, you know how to push it back. It's only early stages, but you get that feeling of might be time to go out and have a feed soon. Anyone else fail? No, it looks good.
And I'd also try to heal my other aggravated damage.
So
Sweet.
do we drop another hunger overnight, or do we have to feed to do that?
You have to feed to remove hunger. So yes, so that was the next port of call, exactly that. Anyone healing wounds. So you can only heal 1 aggravated in an entire night. You must make 3 rouse checks to do so. If you're healing superficial, you can make a single rouse check, and you can do that multiple times a night.
Cool. I'll make a rouse check to heal my superficial, which I succeed.
Jackson succeeds. Aaron.
Yeah, I got 3 successes on my rouse check for aggravated.
Sweet. So you may remove 1 aggravated. Anyone else?
I got three successes as well. So
Nice roll. Nice. Good rolls.
I got 1 success and 2 blanks.
Okay. So you won't be able to. So how this works is you're going to go up hunger. You'll be able to heal the aggravated, but your hunger goes up 2 for the blanks you rolled. I nearly made the same mistake again. So you're Zane now sitting at 4 hunger. As you sort of see your wounds knit together, as all of you do, you watch your wounds knit together. Echo, Aaron, and Jackson don't feel the beast move in, but Zane, you have a lot more damage than them, and you're trying to put it together. You can remove that aggravated, but that beast is just right at the doorstep. Feed me, damn it. Feed me. Come on. Why are you holding out every night?
Any blood bags around anywhere, please? Anybody?
Where were you staying? Everyone back at the Haven. Excuse me.
Jackson would have gone back to his own.
Okay. Oh, Zane, that's right. You shut shop anyway, so you would be back there.
I probably would have gone back to my other haven, the storage units.
The secondary storage. Then you would know if you have blood bags. I would say someone in your position would probably has a few somewhere. So you may use a blood bag to remove 1.
Yep, I'll definitely do that. Cool.
All right. You don't have to chase down a blood bag, so there's no dice roll there needed. So, anyone else would have fed through that time? Pip, you're happy?
Yep, all good here.
So, Echo, were you going to feed?
nah. But I'm at 1, yeah. So because I was at 0 last night, I'm just 1 tonight, right?
Yes, you are 1 now. 1 hunger. So it is here where our story begins on a Friday evening around 7:30 p.m. The rain has abated from the evening before. The skies are clear. The moon shines its ghostly light across the ever-darkening skies. Within the aptly named Batman Park on the edge of Spencer Street, there is a vast gathering of motorcycles making their patented growls as the riders ready themselves. All the poker players on the ride have been given a number and a list of the 7 checkpoints they need to pass. They record cards for this poker run. Aaron, your number is 13. Your map shows you the checkpoints, which you won't need personally. We can roll that. The participants are all shown that at every checkpoint, the judges will record your numbers on a tablet, and the tablet has a linked card selection system, so no player can select the same card twice. It's been checked by all the local authorities, and it is all above board. Aaron, you would have picked up your rounds and your wasp knife previously after leaving the Gangster's Paradise, I believe.
Yeah, I would have gone there and then gone back to my haven to get some food.
You can see all around you these many bikes, Aprilas, BMWs, Ducatis, Harleys, Indians, and you know that Harleys probably aren't going to get far in this one, but hey, it's a poker run for charity. There's Triumphs, Buells, Guzzies, the odd Norton. And can you remind us again what you were riding?
Triumph Rocket.
Triumph Rocket.
Yeah.
Nice.
The original, not the latest ones.
Not the latest.
No. Still goes quick, so.
You've seen your mate who works at Mick's shop, June Weston, zipping around doing stunts on hers, back and forth, showing off generally. You've also seen Sharon come through. You guys have had a chat. But your phone at this current point in time is ringing. Not your throwaway phone, but one of your personal ones. It's Esther of the Fire Moths.
Answer it?
Yes. Hello, Aaron.
How are you going?
Good. Look, this is a quick call, just a warning. We've got word that there might be some Reapers going to crash the party tonight, so be on the lookout.
I'm not really surprised, but thanks for the warning. Are any of your guys going in this run or not?
There's a few there, yes. Myself, not this time. I'm out doing other things, but we just got word that possibly be signs of the Reapers there. Everyone knows. I've let Sharon know, but she said just give everyone a call. Be on guard.
I'll spread the word around here as well for the ones that don't trust phones.
Good call. All right, good luck on the run.
Thanks. Have fun.
She hangs up. You've been there for a little bit, gathered as a sunset sort of thing. You haven't seen any sign of any troublemaking gangs as yet, but none of the troublemakers would have been invited to the poker run. So chances are, if there's going to be any action, it's going to be further down the track. You know there's a lot of kindred and ghoul on these runs, but you also know there's many a human as well. So chances are in the past it's happened, but chances are kindred don't want to show their faces too much, knowing if they break the rules, it can be dire for them. Aaron, we'll get you started. Sharon bikes past. She's on her dark horse, as she said she would be. She just doesn't speak to you. She looks at you, revs the motor, flicks the helmet down as you watch the ladies at the beginning of the course with their flags and the announcers telling the riders ready to go. You know that the next place you need to get a card is just on the outskirts of the city of Geelong at a rest area. That is where your first tablet will be, where you have to mark it. And there's the ghost siren, the big honker, the hooter, the air horn goes off. Everyone just gets and gone. Now, obviously, traffic laws have to be obeyed somewhat when you're in the view here. So outside of the park, everyone sort of takes it easy heading out. You head off for a bit. Aaron, I'm going to get you to roll. You're going to do a dexterity and drive for me. Let's just see where you get amongst the leaders of the pack.
Critical success with 3.
3, awesome. So you actually knowing the area as you do. Most of these people do know the area anyway, but you know a few little shortcuts, and shortcuts are allowed as long as you get to the checkpoints. You pull out of the park, and as everyone heads up one street, you head over another way. A few riders are following your path, but when you get onto the main highway, which I have listed in front of me here, I moved my pages around a minute ago to write your numbers down. Here we go. As you head out of Spencer Street onto Flinders Street, you manage to get out onto the M1 Westgate Freeway just about quicker than everyone else. There's only 2 riders ahead of you. And we'll leave you there momentarily while we join the others, wherever they may be. The rest of you, Echo, where would you be at this time?
I would be at Isaac's place.
Isaac. Sweet. Zane, you were at your backup haven. Where are you headed to, or are you waiting on information?
Waiting on information. Do I know about Aaron's race?
I believe you all would. I think Aaron talked about it, didn't he?
Then I'll be watching the traffic cams as he's going by.
Fair enough. Pip, what's your plan?
Pip would leave his haven to head to the joint haven.
Sweet. Okay, so you're on your way to the joint haven. And Jackson, you know you've... Actually, Echo knows she has a meeting with Van Diemen as well. Jackson, you know you've got a meeting with Van Diemen at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you doing in the interim?
Would be going to the joint haven firstly, just to check up on the work that's being done there for Zane's little area and some other bits and pieces that I've been working on.
Good as gold. So Jackson and Pip heading there. So we'll go with Echo Isaac for the moment, and we'll jump back to you, Jackson, and Pip shortly. Echo and Isaac, what's happening at Isaac's house? Haven.
Isaac will first of all be doing his morning rituals of ward against ghouls on his clothing. And he will be in his study office writing or penning a letter. First of all, you will see Isaac go to one of his drawers and opens up like a big cupboard that has lots of jars of various componentry that he needs for his rituals. He is first of all going to grab a bottle of pigeon blood and will pen a letter. It's going to be in a cipher language, so no one will be able to decipher it. And then once that is done, he grabs some melted wax and a bottle of dog's blood, and he will then use that to seal the letter. On the front of the letter, or on the envelope, will be addressed to Miss Dunn.
Very well. And with that in place, Echo, was Echo present while you were doing this, or you did this out of her sight?
That's up to Echo whether she was in the room or not.
I would be in another room, and I'm assuming I know if you have soundproof rooms or not. Isaac?
There'll be no soundproof rooms.
Well, shit. I'm going to make a phone call to my sire.
Okay. Easy enough done. He answers.
I have asked the council for praxis apparently one has dropped out, and it is between me and Sheriff Marco.
One has dropped out, you say?
In favor of helping me.
Oh, interesting. You have them wrapped around your finger then?
Not quite.
This one that dropped out, though?
Working on it, yes. I've picked out an Elysium that he is in favor of, and I will ask him to be part of the hierarchy, if you will.
You've picked out an Elysium. And then, once you're in place, we do our takeover.
What does this mean for me?
What do you want it to mean for you? Oh, like we said, we'll give you the areas you wish.
So I am Prince.
We don't call it that, but yes, you would have Melbourne and we would move on elsewhere. We would leave you what you need. I will be around, but we'll get set up further north, probably.
All right. And I can pick whoever I want.
Well, you sound like you have a plan in place. So yes, you can pick who you want and need.
All right. I'm just updating, and I will update further. Thank you.
The updates are good. How's Billy?
Billy is, so far as I know, good.
Good. I've got him watching you. You know. There is a lunatic on the loose.
I know all about Zane, yes.
Zane?
I'm sorry. That's an inside joke with myself. Carry on.
Right. Look, jokes aside, you know I'm not much of a joking person. There is a dangerous kindred killing other kindred out there. It's only just happened recently. We're not sure which side he plays for, but at the moment he's killing whoever and whatever he finds. One of ours saw him scaling a wall, jump from a building, rip the neck from one of ours, pulled him apart pretty much piece for piece, and then jump to another building, run off down on the street, kill a human, and then leaving the mess behind, disappear into the night. We need information on this kindred of whatever he stands for, who he works for, and we need to put him down.
Any descriptors or images you can send to my phone?
I'll get onto it. We have no images as yet. Description, he's quite short. Shortcut here. Very bestial. Doesn't say a lot. We didn't catch much in the sight of him. I didn't personally.
All right. I will let my coterie know. Perhaps they have more information.
Just watch your back.
Where is the location he was last seen again?
He was last seen, one of our areas actually, North Carlton.
All right. If you can get details, I might be able to know someone that can track him.
Will do. And he hangs up without saying goodbye.
So, like Dad, I'm going to go see Isaac and I'm going to tell him my information and see if I can get you to track Isaac, you think? If I get an address, can you track the scent?
I can do many things. You know this, Miss Monroe.
Definitely do.
What exactly do you need me to do?
It could be Tim Jeremy. It could be the prince's pet. I don't know. But if we could get a trail, we could take him out. It would look good.
So, Looks like you need my help after all.
I always need your help.
Interesting evening last night.
Yeah.
When was I going to be sort of filled in?
At the same time as everyone else when it happened.
You know, I don't like surprises, especially political surprises and social surprises
You don't
too.
like anything. Yeah, no, I know. So
I like a lot of things, Echo. Just not those things.
well, there'd be no more. Nope, can't promise that. So
Okay. Well, you let me know where I need to go. I do have other business I need to attend to first. You know, that lead that I said that I've got regarding what we found out last night. I got someone I need to catch up with.
if you did this for me, I will grant you an answer to any question you like. But until then,
Wow, just a question.
yeah, just fine.
I better make it a good one then.
Yeah. All right. I've got to find Pip. I'm worried about him.
Why are you worried about the young one?
Well, I kind of want to bury the prince, and I have no idea where he's putting him. So, and other
I
stuff.
mean, it's kind of obvious where he's been putting him.
No. I've got to go see Van Diemen as well. So
Oh, lucky you.
I have no idea what to talk to him about either. I'm a little nervous.
Well, if it's Van Diemen, it's either one, he's got something to offer, or two, the offer's already been made and he's wanting either deliverance or an update.
All right. I guess I'll meet you at the Haven.
Am I allowed in the Haven, or am I going to be met by, Dumb and Dumber outside?
That was pretty funny, though. All right. I'll see if you can get in.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem if I'm supposed to be working with you all and I'm not allowed even inside the building to do so. I mean, I got ways around it, of course, but don't want to cause problems.
The years have made you sarcastic.
I've been sarcastic since day one, darling.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to get my duffel bag. I'm going to put Sophie's dress and all my shit in it. And I'm going to hike up. I'll see you when can you undo the ward? Can you open the door?
And is it just don't touch that. You'll be fine.
Touch what?
That.
You pointed at the entire wall, Isaac.
Don't touch it. Unless you're a ghoul. I haven't got all of those wardings down pat yet.
Is it open?
Why don't you go find out?
You're a dick. And then I just walk through the wall, hopefully.
Nothing happens.
You get through without a problem on your way to the Haven. Now we're going to move to the Haven. Jackson, Pip, Zane, would you have headed there as well?
No, still watching the race.
You're going to watch the bike race. All right.
Yeah, there's cameras all the way from Melbourne to Geelong, so.
Sweet as. Good call. Jackson and Pip, in the Haven, you have before, and I'm assuming Echo's going straight there once she's finished talking with Isaac. Or you're both going straight there, Echo, Isaac?
I am, yeah.
No, Isaac will be arranging an Uber to meet at a building several blocks away, and he will be heading to a library in the Docklands.
Okay, sweet. We'll come back to that. Jackson and Pip.
Before Jackson goes in, he'll stop at the gates, and whoever's on the gates, he'll inform them that of the newest member of the coterie, and give them Isaac's description. If it's the same guys are on the gate, he'd say, "Look, dude's cool. This is what he looks like." Just so there's no more incidences at the gate.
Sweet. They sort of nod and go, "Oh, right. Were we bad for not letting him in?"
No, he did the right thing. But he's now been approved. Things are changing.
They give you the nod and they carry on their guarding. They walk around outside.
I let them know they can still be diligent. Like, anyone that is not a member of this coterie or has not been given express permission by myself or by Sheriff Marco at this point is to be either detained or removed by any means necessary.
Yeah, and they radio forward to the others that are doing the walk of the block, the ones that keep, further back, trying to keep them away from the building. They radio that through to let them know that Isaac's allowed in.
And of course there'd be the workmen that are being in and out throughout the day and the evening. The ones coming through the day would be ghouls and under my employ. And the ones at night would be all kindred.
Okay. Noted as well. Pip, you would have seen that coming in and out of the building. You'd see people working away in a little office space, or a largish office space.
Largish, yeah.
Yeah. So Pip is outside. He is dressed in reasonably dark clothes. They're all the same as usual, but he'll go up to the guards at the gate when he gets there and ask, "Have you seen a 796.6? Wait, no. Motorized automobile 796.7.
One guard looks at the other and he's like, 747, an aeroplane, one flew over earlier.
No, motorbike race.
Oh, I don't believe that's this area. I think that's the other side of Melbourne.
Oh, good. The other one cycles. Cycling's terrible too. I'm going to go inside now.
You don't like motorbikes?
Not particularly. Too many shootings.
They just look quizzically at each other and they're like, good day, sir.
Cheerio.
As you head in.
And if Pip got there after Jackson, he'd come in and he'd just see me talking to whoever's doing the work, explaining what I'm looking for the area, and talking to one particular contractor who deals in safe rooms and armories.
Sweet. That particular contractor, Jason, his name is.
There'd be one I've probably dealt with on several occasions before.
Sweet. And he says, no problem. What exactly were you looking for?
Well, armory, of course. Not dissimilar to the one my original offices. Enough to hold arms for maybe 16 men. Automatic weapons. I mean, you know the drill. Shelving, lockers. There'll be ordnance, so they will need to be pretty safe on the thickness of the walls, ceiling.
Sweet. All separate locking systems. Do you want them keyed for you?
Keypads. Well, keypads at this stage with cycling changeable pins, which I'll program myself.
No problem. We know the ones.
And more books. Maybe a library.
Working on it, Pip.
A library.
But,
Don't know
yeah,
if I can do a library, but
we'll get someone
we
else
can
for
lock
that.
the library up. Sure.
We'll get someone else to do that one, Jace. Safe room. Anti everything safe room for Kindred, specifically to keep Kindred and human out.
So you basically want to keep everyone out.
Indeed.
No problem. That's my forte.
Lower levels for that, I think. Same with the armory. Basement access is there. Check it out. Do what you do.
Done. I'll have a design tomorrow for you.
Awesome.
And he takes his tape measure and toolbox and he heads down to the basement.
Sweet. And then I'll head into where the server room's being built.
Yep, it's pretty bustling. 4 dudes hard out, getting their shelving up. It's like a builder doing like a plaster wall on the side. You can see they're putting material in between the wall and the plaster for, blocking what they have to block, but allowing what they need to allow.
Awesome.
Electronics going in, people setting up computer desks, a couple of guys wiring Cat6 cable, some fiber. There's a bunch going on.
Looking good, gentlemen. We will let Zane put the final touches on stuff. I think he's going to have a lot of his own gear, so we'll keep it pretty bare at this point, but just get it shielded, get it ready to go. And then I'll let Zane do his thing. He'll finish it off. It's his space. He'll want to make it his space. Make sure there's a fridge in here, a decent sized one.
And they give you the nod and just carry on about their work. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then I'll head back out to talk to Pip.
Sweet. Pip's are waiting.
How you doing, Pip? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. There's no motorcycles. It's good. We're good. It's good.
Well, I mean, I have a motorcycle, but I don't ride it often. You don't like motorbikes?
I don't like getting shot.
Right. Yes. Agreed. I don't like being shot either. It's not much fun. You still have that pistol that I gave you?
Yeah, and it's probably in the bottom of his messenger bag, like covered in books and stuff. You would not carry a weapon in such a manner, but he sort of like drags it out with like a handful of books.
So I'm assuming he hasn't been practicing with it. So does he just pull it out, wave it around willy-nilly?
Yeah.
It's like Jackson.
Possibly with the barrel in his hand.
Jackson would sort of grab his hand and turn it around and say, look, finger off the trigger until you're ready to use it. Never point it at anyone unless you intend to kill them.
I feel like I'm more likely to get shot with a gun if I have a gun.
This is more for you personally, like just in case. I don't expect you to be involved in a lot of that stuff if it happens. But just in case someone gets too close, it's there. And I want to teach you to use it so you can at least have a fighting chance. I mean, I know you surely, apart from like the things you see, as you grow, you will develop more skills that will help you survive this world.
Yeah, I need to go see Miss Plath. Oh, I miss Miss Plath. She's delightful.
What's Echo too? She'll help. You guys seem to have gotten pretty close, so that's good.
Where is everyone else?
They'll be coming. I think Aaron's doing his thing, like the motorbike thing. He'll be gone for the night, I assume. I've got to head out later for a meeting, but I'll be around for a while. We've got some things we need to sort of get through. Like last night, as an example. The ammunition factory we've got to track down. Hopefully Zane will turn up sometime soon. We'll get that organised. But you said you saw Leslie.
Yeah,
He asked for help.
Yeah, I don't know if that means he's still alive or unalive, or someone else needs help.
You guys saw him. You saw him meet final death, yes?
I think so. We were a long way away.
So you can't be sure it was actually him.
People change faces all the time. Tim Jeremy was a lots of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on around this place lately. And, I mean, it's unnerving, to say the least. You don't know who the hell you're dealing with half the time. I mean, sometimes it's better to shoot first and ask questions later.
And right as you say that, the Echo, you would arrive.
Do I arrive to seeing him with a muzzle in his hand pointing at himself?
I would have rectified that pretty quick.
I don't think you see that, no.
That will change how I view.
If you open the door, you would catch that very tail end of the conversation they were just having.
Where is everybody?
Still waiting on him. Aaron's not coming tonight, apparently.
Why?
But he's got that poker run thing with his club. So I don't know how long he'll be or when he'll be back, if he'll be back. I need to talk to you, though, about some ideas I have. I mean, I will eventually share them with the whole coterie, but I want to speak to you personally first. But things are coming along here. Like I said, I've got some things going. Zane's server room. It'll keep him occupied for years to come if things work out. An armory and a safe room if we need it, and a few other bits and pieces. But
A library.
library for Pip, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, I mean, my resources are not unlimited, but I do have deep pockets, so I'm able to get this done.
I have a meeting tonight, so.
So do I. I have a meeting at midnight with Van Diemen, turns out. I also, again, something I wish to discuss with you about the possibility of, again, firing the sword with less than lethal means, if possible. A little deception will be needed to get it, but I think we can get it without resorting to playing burglar, want of a better term.
Probably something we can all talk about when everybody's here.
Or blow up the building and pull it out of the rubble. It's an option.
Is Zane coming?
I have not heard from him.
Oh, God, I'll text Zane.
Yeah, I don't think he'll answer the phone if I ring him. He's still pretty out there.
Echo, what do you text to Zane?
Zane, honey, it's me. I'm home. Where are you? In a nice, it was smiley face. Trying to be nice.
Zane, before you get the text, concentrating on your computers, could be a resolve awareness, please.
Resolve. Where? Oh, hang on. That's down here, isn't it? Hey, I'm still learning.
That's all right. We're all still learning. Resolve awareness. Don't forget to add your 2 hunger dice into that.
Okay, that takes care of the awareness part.
As you're scanning over all these hundreds of motorcycles, really hammering along the Westgate Freeway.
So 2 successes.
2 successes. You spot Aaron near the lead. He's in the 3rd position. If it was a race, he's doing good. Of course, there's more to it than just a race. You cannot see any devious means other bikers doing anything crazy at this point. No one seems to be coming into the race that shouldn't be there. They all have their stickered numbers, which you can focus on. At this point, it all looks good. Aaron's doing well. He's gaining on the leaders pretty quick. His bike is shooting. I don't think you would know who the leaders are, but you can't tell exactly if the leaders are throttling off or if Aaron's picking up, but he's definitely gaining on them. Aaron. Oh, actually, Zane, you get the text from Echo.
Text back. Be there soon. Watching race.
Echo, you get that text back.
Oh my God, he actually answered me. He said he's going to be here soon.
Hunters will never cease.
Aaron, I'll get you to roll another dexterity and drive as you're slamming along the freeway, which is now changing over from Westgate Freeway. Same road, but the name changes to Princess Freeway. You can pick up a bit more speed. You've got riders on your tail. And the two ahead of you, you're gaining on. So dexterity drive.
That would be 3 successes again.
3 successes. You pull up to the person in second place, and it is none other than Sharon. She is absolutely... Her bike is letting her rocket along pretty good. She did tell you she changed the ignition, and that's only for starters, but looking at it as you sort of glance up beside her, you can see she's done a bit of work on that motor. She's done a bit of work on the pipes. She's running different wheels. It's almost not quite the same bike. The Dark Horse is a very piecemeal machine.
I'll just come up beside her, look down, and then give it the guts.
Give it the guts. I'll see. You'll hold that roll of, what'd you say, 4 successes, 3 successes?
3, yeah.
She is going to roll. Oh, you beat her. So you throttle on. She throttles down. You stay head to head. The motor's both roaring, but you just pull in front and you take her. She's now behind you. As you come into the first checkpoint, as you just pull off that Princess Highway into the beginning of the city of Geelong, you can see there's a rest stop ready to roll. And the first rider ahead of you, probably a couple of 100 meters ahead of you, pulls in. They pull up to the person with the tablet. They tap on the tablet and then boom, they're off again. You pull in second. You will need to make another roll. I will tell you what to do in a second. So you need... where am I? I had to make this. This was the hardest part of the game to make, was the poker run rolling. Okay, so you just need to roll 2 normal die. No hunger die needed. I'm going to call this a luck roll. Okay, so there's a decisive effect for 1 success, 2 success, critical success, or no success.
So it was 1 success.
1 success. You get a King of Diamonds as your first draw.
Do you want me to track that, or are you going to track it?
I can track it. That's no hassle.
I'll track it as well, just in case.
This is and you would know from the poker rules, this is a 5-card game, but it's a 7-card pickup. So you actually get to arrange your hand how you like. And at the end of the race, you get to dump 2 cards. So this is the first of 7 checkpoints. You know now that you've got a hammer away, so we'll get you to make that dexterity and drive again. This time we'll get you to add an extra die to your pull, because you did well. You pulled in front of Shazza, and I'll say add that extra die. This is your wheelhouse.
Apparently, this roller really likes 3, so 3 more successes.
Are you using an auto roller, are you?
Yeah, that's why I'm able to roll so quick.
Fast, yeah, nice. Okay, 3 successes. Yeah, you launch. Boom! You just about pull the bike up on a wheel stand sort of scenario. Your wheel kicks in, digs. You just feel it lift, but you put your weight forward and clean off. And if you, at any time, you want to describe anything you're doing, you let me know. Otherwise, no.
That's pretty much what the bike would have done, just monoed down the road a little bit.
Yep, you burn out, and you leave Shazza, who's at the tablet after you. You leave her completely in the dust as you pull off, knowing that your next, you basically got to follow Princess Freeway out through Geelong, and then it changes to the Hamilton Highway, the B140. Your next checkpoint will be in the town of Lismore. So we'll get back to you very soon. Zane, you see Aaron, come and do his checkpoint and get out. You also see him past Shazza. Can I say Shazza? Is there anything you're going to do with these computers and that before you head to the safe haven with Echo, Jackson? Or are you just going to hang out here a bit longer?
I'm enjoying the show. I'm hanging out here for a bit longer.
All right. I will let you know if you see anything of note to let Aaron know. Isaac, over to you.
So, arriving at the library, I will go to the microfilm section, and there would be an aisle and a shelf that I will go to, and I will pick out an empty, kind of like old kind of canister. It's kind of like the old film kind of canisters.
Yes, yeah, dirty old steel film canister type shape.
Yep. And I will drop the letter inside and cover it up. And then it will be slightly turned to the left where there is a mark of AC visible. He will then, just nonchalantly look around just to see if there's anyone that's noticing.
No one notices your actions as you do that. You're pretty clean and clear. You've done this a few times in the past. Then as you're sort of heading away from the room, a librarian heads your way and says, excuse me, do you need a hand? It's a young male, short-cropped hair, wearing almost like a cricket jersey.
Oh, no, I'm absolutely fine, but if you do see Miss Dunn, just let her know. I needed to take some information from the microfilm area.
Will do. I haven't seen Miss Dunn for a while, but she comes and goes as she pleases, like we all do here in the library. Interested in old microfilm? Is there anything I can show you?
Oh, no, I got everything that I needed to get, thank you.
Oh, all right then. I'll pass the message on should I see her.
Very well, thank you. And he will walk out, and once he exits the building, he will then pick out of his pocket, as much as he hates using these things, an old flip phone. And he will dial Echo's number.
All right. Echo, your phone rings.
Hello?
It's me. I'm finished here. Where do you want me to... Does that information come through, or is there somewhere else you want me to be?
I'm with Pip and Jackson at the Haven, waiting on Zane, who's supposed to come soon. So,
Hello.
Pip says hello.
Isaac kind of rolls his eyes a little bit. So you want me to meet you there?
If you like, if you don't have anything else.
Was that
Oh,
Dr.
no,
Graves?
Yes.
I'll let him through the gate.
They'll let you through the gate. You don't have to wait in the park.
Ah, wonderful. Would have been fun anyway.
It would have.
All right, I will see you soon.
All right.
And the rest of the team.
Pip, Isaac says hi back. Okay, I'll let you know. Hi.
Isaac will hang up and we'll wait for another Uber to take him to the address of the Haven.
No problem. Ubers are easy to get a hold of these days, and in no time flat, you're in a vehicle on your way there. Zane, you know now that you don't have much in the way of cameras that can follow anything on the highway anymore. So, and I got your message. You two are headed to the Haven, correct? Excellent. While you guys are both headed to the Haven, we'll just quickly do another roll for Aaron. Aaron, you pass through the city of Inverleigh and you continue on the Hamilton Highway for quite some time, taking corners. It's a fairly long straight for most of it, but you get the odd corner here and there, and you're going to come up to your second checkpoint. It's in the town of Lismore. Now, I'm saying town loosely. If someone says this is a city, that's fine. It's city or town. It's just another thing on the way. You get into this town/city and reach your second checkpoint, which is slightly out of the way. It's not a public area at all. It's under some trees near like a toilet truck stop style sort of scenario. And as you pull over and get your second card, we'll get you to roll those luck dice again. It's 2 dice.
2 this time.
2. You get the 7 of clubs. And give me a dexterity drive for your takeoff.
4 again, or
No, just a normal one this time. You're still in the second position. Nothing crazy's happened at this point.
something different? 2 successes.
Hey, as you sort of kick your accelerator on, you get a little slippage on the. It's like rough, where the road's not quite sealed properly. The seal's loose, and you just get a bit of slippage there on your back wheel. You manage to kick it in pretty well, save it, and get on the road. You've ridden long enough. It's the old case of just a little few seconds of loss with Sharon not the one behind you anymore. Another rider has come up to the rear. Not one you recognise. It doesn't seem to be showing colours of the Reapers or anything like that, just the bike you don't recognise. There's someone on a Ducati, nice red and silver, and they are moving pretty quick.
They would. So yeah, I'd be taking off, and I'd be very, very concentrated. Like nothing can upset my. Like I'm in that zone, and just bike's running smooth. The road's not wet, which is
good.
Even better. And it's a suburb. And
Okay.
yeah, and that's it.
And it's a suburb, okay. I just went map hunting when I made this race, so
Nah, it's just kidding. Most of them are suburbs, so
it's a doable race. It's totally doable. Anyone out there who owns a bike, if you want to do this race, it's totally doable. Okay, so and you head off. You know that your next checkpoint is a little further down, past. It's pretty much the Bessie Bell Recreational Reserve. But you got a bit of riding to do before that. So you head off. We're going to jump to the rest of the party at the Haven. We're going to have a break momentarily too, team.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to get into RPs. Right, might as well take the break now. We're 3 minutes out.
okay, we'll call the break
Probably
now.
a good chance to take it there before we get into any major RP.
Sweet, good call.
All right, team. 5 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. We'll be back shortly. And we're back, chat. Kitty, no, I don't have Tabletop Simulator, but same as Grim, I've seen it played, I've seen it used. I don't know how many of the others may have it. I've watched people use it for D&D games and stuff, and it's not. It looks interesting, a little confusing, but just got a text from your sister in Whitechurch saying, "Feel the fucking quake." I don't even feel it. And normally this place creaks and sways like a bitch in an earthquake, but didn't feel a thing.
Quick question, storyteller. How many Ks have we done?
Oh shit, I'm fucking fine now.
Because you're gonna have to fuel up at some point.
I've got a fuel stop.
You got a fuel stop? Okay.
Yep. So you can call whenever you feel like you want a fuel stop. K's I didn't record.
Where'd you start?
It gets the bike that I've picked gets about 300 Ks. That's why I'm just. I would know that it'd get that mileage as well. So. Yeah,
I'd say you'd probably get to the third checkpoint before looking at that. If any Australian can confirm that, from Batman Park to Bessie Bell Recreational Reserve, that'd be great.
That works. I'll pull up and get fuel after the third check spot.
And there's also, you would know, there's also at the when you actually get into whatever they're in Portland, that's what I'm looking for. When you actually get into Portland, at the place you're going near at Flinders Park, they have a trailer, a tank that people can fuel up with there as well, multiple. So
a bit over 160k you've done.
Oh, yeah, not too bad. Thank you, team.
Yeah, I'd be about half a tank then, so yeah, that'll be okay.
So that'd be about right then. Good estimated. But we will drop back into the Haven with Jackson, Echo, and Pip, and Zane. I'd say with our break, I'll say we'll skip some time there and we'll dump Zane and Isaac there too, if that's where you were headed to as well, Isaac.
And pull your mic boom down, Baz.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, sound like you're in a wind tunnel or in a like heavy reverb. Like, trying to figure out what was causing it.
Is that better? That's great.
Way better.
Did you get all? Did you get all? What
Yeah,
I
we
said,
got it. Yeah, we could hear it, but it just sounded a little weird.
That's what happens when we get up and take a break. I put the mic boom up, and that's the end of that. Okay, so we'll jump back in. Everyone sans Aaron in the Haven.
So there's been reports in North Carlton from a source of mine that a beast-like creature has gone on a rampage around the towns, killing people. I'm kind of wondering if it's either the Tim Jeremy or the Scourge, maybe. Did I go see the Scourge? Although I don't think I saw the Scourge.
No, I don't think so. I think the only ones who saw the Scourge were Jackson and Aaron.
So I'll scratch that. I just said Tim Jeremy or something else. That's what I'll say.
And with that, I'd inquire more description.
I'm waiting on some confirmations of description, and then I'll relay what I know, because I just forgot it, what Baz had said about it being short,
Yep.
light-colored hair.
I can actually give you a description right now. Let's go to my quick sheets.
Usually I'm good about this, but
it's just killing people, like humans.
I do believe he said both.
Yeah, so yeah, short cropped hair, sort of around to his head, 5 foot or just over 5 foot, and yeah, very thin, wiry, and been killing kindred and human and ghoul alike. There was no interference. There was no indifference. It was just whoever, whenever.
With that description, I'm pretty certain Jackson put 2 and 2 together.
I think you'd pick it up, yeah.
Where was the last attack?
He was last seen in North Carlton.
North Carlton. All right.
Well, that's not so bad. That's Sabat territory. So, I mean, you kill everyone over there.
Yes, but if he's killing humans, that's a breach. It's going to get worse.
It's a butt for you, but I can tell you who it is.
Time to stay out of North Carlton.
That would be the thing that Leslie led out of Elysium, out of the SI attack. That was killing SI indiscriminately.
Is the Camarilla responsible for getting it back? Since we let it out.
I don't even know if the Primington Council's aware that it's been let.
If he's part of the Scourge, then the sheriff would be well aware of who he is. So,
At the very least, again, in the chaos of the attack on Elysium, I'm not sure who knows that it's been released. What end? Or I mean, I'm assuming they will. Dare say they've gone back to Elysium to go through what remains of it.
Should we let the sheriff know?
Probably a good idea. I can give him a call. Tensions are a little high between you right now.
I don't know what you mean.
Just a I mean, come on. That speech. I mean, his speech, not yours. Yours was relatively polite. This is a little childish, but kind of pissed me off a little bit. To be frank, saying that we hadn't got much done as we had. Information that they have is because of us.
Yeah, we've been Scooby ganging the shit out of this stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, you just worked out what's tearing up North Carlton. We're only here a couple of minutes.
There you go then.
Thank you, Pip. Thank you. You know?
So, Dr. Graves, welcome to the Coterie of Hounds, as it seems. Kind of.
so it seems. Interesting
Work in progress.
acquirement you have here.
Speaking of which, Zane, follow me. Got something to show you.
Huh? What?
Calm down.
Oh,
No, I got just.
can I wait?
No, I can't. Come on. Just come on. Actually, everyone, come have a look at this, and I'll get everyone to follow me, and I'll lead them
Isaac
to
will
this.
follow. You'll hear the tap of his cane as he's walking.
So he'll lead them to the server room in construction. Not sure what state it's in at this point. I've probably been working on it maybe a day.
Yeah, it's about half done, or you looking at it like there's open walls. Like I said, they were putting things in the walls. They're still running cables. There's cables hanging out. There's multiple socket points and that sort of ready to fit off, but there still needs to be a lot more gym board and drywall put up.
I would imagine that Zane would recognize a lot of the socketry and wiring and stuff anyway, because it's all setting up for his servers. And I'll just turn around to Zane. Like, Zane, this is yours. We're not done here with the walls and fridge. There'll be a fridge over there. You can put all your gear in. It's shielded. You'll have network access, everything you need, and you'll be safe.
Safe is such a relative term.
Is there a
Safe as
bathroom
Zane.
in here?
As safe as Zane can be.
Wait, we don't need bathrooms. My bad.
Safe from
I could put a bathroom
what
in for you,
exactly?
Perp.
We don't need bathrooms.
Oh, well,
He's young.
everyone needs to freshen up a little.
I mean, we've got to put a dressing room in for Monroe at the very least.
This is a lot of tech, and I'm looking around, but I put my hands in my pockets. So
Yeah, there won't be a lot of tech. There won't be a lot of tech in here yet. It's bare bones. It'll be Zane will be able to outfit the tech side of it himself. That was the idea.
Isaac would probably recognize a lot of what's going on in there as well. Is there any like solid walls for entry points and stuff like that put in yet?
Not yet.
If you're going to have me hanging around, you're going to need more than your technology.
What's wrong with my technology? And technology is fun, good, all that.
Take a chill pill, Zane. Take a chill.
It can be stopped.
Have you heard of the
Don't you
Second
touch.
Inquisition?
The what?
Dr. Isaac, I'm not familiar with what your capabilities are. I'm only barely familiar with who you are, but I am familiar with your plan. So I'm sure your talents will definitely come in handy once we have completed the more technological side of things. If indeed
So
you are inclined to do
Isaac
so.
will be assuming that the entry points that he's walked in is solid and somewhat secure.
Yes, correct.
Very well. And Isaac will turn around and walk towards the main door
Right, yep.
where he's walked in.
Yeah, you head across like an
And-
open area and over to the main door.
Considering there's a lot of construction work, is there any chance there's possibly brick that has been broken down?
Yeah, well, these guys were practicing punching bricks and that earlier on in the show, so yes,
There's
and shooting at them.
There's plenty of broken shit around the place.
Perfect. So Isaac will find some broken brick and pick up the brick dust, and we'll just pop it into a bag, and then he will walk over to the main door. First thing he's going to do, he's going to get out his cane and release the blade and slit his wrist, and then over the door frame, both inside and outside, he's going to ritually cast Ward Against Ghouls, and then with the brick dust, he pulls out of his bag, he pulls out like a little goblet, puts the brick dust into the goblet, and then squeezes his arm again to draw out more blood and mix the little concoction with that, and repeats the same process with Wards Against Spirits. And that will probably take him a good hour to 2 hours.
So I would say, I'm just reading it, the same thing here, the time it takes. So basically, you guys see Isaac do exactly what he's saying. It's just time consuming.
Is he able to speak during that?
I
Or would
believe
he be
so.
concentrated on it?
No, I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. So it's a ritual. So I'm speaking in occult
He's
language.
talking, yeah.
I'll leave
It's
him to it
much
then.
like concentration of in D&D, I guess, yeah. So it's time consuming, and you can see what he's up to. He's definitely doing some warding. I would say most of you, maybe except Pip, would have seen some sort of warding before.
Yeah, I would have no idea what the ward is, so.
Sam's a ghoul. Isaac, just I need Sam.
Then don't tell him to touch the door.
Yeah, how does that work? Because half the construction crew that'll be coming back here tomorrow are ghouls. So you know.
Then I won't do the ghouls. I can just do spirits.
I mean, we can do the ghouls later. I mean, just once.
If I do the ghouls, it's for all ghouls. It doesn't specify.
They can come in a back door.
When he puts dust in a bag, it's all cool, but when I do it, it's uncouth.
I'm gonna need that print, by the way, Pip. Yeah.
Pip's
didn't
gonna
say it
walk
was
off
un-
and sit down and read a book.
We didn't say it was uncouth, Pip. It was just weird, okay? I
I'm
mean,
gonna activate. Oh.
All right. To those of you around Echo, she looks, especially it's aimed at Pip, I imagine.
Yeah.
Pip, Echo looks stunning. She all of a sudden you forgot how beautiful she really was. Are you going to fight looking at her, or you don't want to give this to her? Are you going to fight it?
Well, Pip wants to go read his book, so Pip doesn't want to look at Echo. Pip wants to look at his book.
So we're going to have to get a bit of a roll off here. Echo, you're activating awe. He is trying to resist by walking away. So, Echo, you need to make a manipulation and presence. Pip, you need to make a composure and intelligence. And don't forget those hunger dies, people.
I'm not even going to try and resist whatever the hell she's doing.
Yeah, anyone else in the room, if you want to
pointless.
resist, that's that minute. Composure, intelligence. But yeah, you can see she just becomes radiant in the room. Everything sort of is drawn to her. Even some of the workers look around.
Yeah, no, I'm fucked.
She is, what she says and does at the moment is more important to any of you than anything. Pip, what did you get?
6.
Echo, what did
Ooh.
you get?
I'm going to use a willpower because I also got 6. Hang
Okay,
on.
using a willpower. Pip, you may also use a willpower to re-roll up to 3 die.
I got 8.
8.
Yep, I'm going to re-roll.
Any hungers in that, Echo?
No, I got success on the hunt.
Nice.
I too now have 8.
Shit! Can I spend it? No, I can't. I can only spend 1.
Can only spend 1, I believe.
Can I rouse
each.
my blood?
You would normally try and rouse it beforehand.
Okay.
If both use
I got
willpower,
a
you
1.
both made 8. You got a 1. Yeah, like I say, she's, as far as you're concerned, she is commanding presence in the room now. She's absolutely gorgeous to anyone looking upon her, especially the human or the ghoul, even kindred at this point. But unfortunately, Pip, you look at her. She is hard to resist, but you just manage to pull away.
It's a shame, Pip, because I'm making a new book and I would really like you to be a character. You know, maybe rescuing the prince and saving the town would be kind of cool.
Oh, are you trying to convince him? You want to manipulate him? Persuade?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, manipulation, persuasion from Echo. Pip.
You know, Sylvia reads those books. That's I'm done.
Pip, if you want to roll against it. How many did you get, Echo?
8.
8.
But I didn't add my 2 social, so I don't know if that's...
Oh, you would add your 2 social because it is a social.
What do I need to
it's
roll
still
against
8.
it?
You would be similar to what you just rolled before, actually. It'd be composure and intelligence. So still 8, Echo.
Oh, is this a new roll? I'm just going by my old roll.
For convincing him or persuading him. So I'll get you to make a new roll. Composure,
Okay.
composure, persuasion, and add your 2 social dice.
3.
I got 5.
Okay, wait a minute.
Holy crap, that sounds like a lot of
That's
dice.
a lot of dice.
This is her wheelhouse. This is where she
This
excels.
is where I go. Okay, there's a crit. Hang on. 6.
Just enough. Even though her outward appearance, Pip, hasn't affected you, you have managed to pull away from that. Her convincing nature about being in a book is rather appealing to you, and I'll let you guys take it from here.
And Sylvia loves reading the books and stuff and giving her critiques and, you know.
I do like the book man, and then I'd be a book man.
You would. Maybe you could help me figure out what kind of cover.
I could have my own stick. It's very classy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Isaac could help you with that.
I mean, do we all get to be in the book? Or does just Pip?
If you like. I mean, if you like.
Of course, Jackson is under your oar. and Zane, I imagine, would be too, but he's kind of busy in his computer room.
We've got the saucy hacker, the debonair, chiseled Isaac, the naive young new blood, the bruja-ish bodyguard-like person, and then there's Aaron riding a bike. The pup.
And that's a good segue right there. Aaron, riding the bike. we're going to switch back to you momentarily. You pass through, still on the Hamilton Highway through. No, I don't even know how to say this name. Deeringham, past Darlington area through Mort Lake to Conwarrenla, and then whatever the next highway is there. I couldn't read the name on the map, but you get to Woolsthorpe, and I want you to give me a dexterity drive again. You are gaining on the leader, and that leader is your friend you recognise now, June Weston from Mix. She is in the lead. She is number 1. And she's going to give a drive as well. That dice doesn't help. And it's the wrong dice. D&D dice, get out of my way. All right, she gets 5.
I bet I got 6. Critical.
Guys, you got a crit. Damn it, I was one short of a crit. Ooh,
I got 2 success on the blood, and then a critical on the other 2. So
nice
6 successes.
So she is going to. She's ahead of you. You pull up behind her. You guys take a turn, another turn. And what's the trick you get to pull up beside her? Because this gets you right beside her.
I just I'm in that Zen moment, just following her. Each time we go around a corner, I'm just getting a slightly better line than what she was.
Yeah.
And just pull up beside her and tap her on the shoulder quickly, and then pull off.
She looks back, gives you a quick grin. You can see clearly through her helmet. And her helmet, it's sort of like her bike, matching the bike color, a very sort of black midnight blue, but then she's got a splash of almost like fire, not blatant, like really rip-off, obvious, cliche. It's like in that split, like the paint job where when you see the colors change, it's just when she turns her helmet slightly, if there's a bit of moonlight or something like that, you can see like the flame underneath the paintwork. It's very well hidden. And she just flashes you a quick grin as you're side by side now. And she points forward, and you can see you've passed through the Woolsthorpe area onto Haywood Road, which is the main road there, the C176. And you know that your next stop is the Bessie Bell Recreational Reserve. You're going to make one more roll against her as you guys are racing towards the reserve, trying your best to get there. No cops on the road at this current point in time, and Zane hasn't got a hold of you to warn you of anything, so it seems safe. So give me that dexterity drive one more time.
All right, this time I'm going to actually rouse my blood as well, just to give me an extra dice, which is good that I did.
She's done real well this time, though. So I have crit. So that's 4, 5, 6. I've got 7 this time.
Yeah, no, you do. Yeah, you beat me. I only got a 4 that time.
Nice. So you're neck and neck. You take a call on another one. She sort of goes off the edge of the road, and you think, shit, she's going to hit something. And then she ramps up over a dirt mound and just pulls like a Superman as she pushes the bike forward, sticks her feet out, and just shows off, and then drops back on the ground just ahead of you. Sort of skidding in front of you. She almost loses. She fisttails a little bit, but then straightens up and just and you just see her pull right ahead. She gets a good 20 meters on you now as you're coming into the recreational reserve. She pulls in, touches the tablet, and bam, she's off again. I'll get you to pull in and touch the tablet for your next card if you give me 2 dice for luck.
2 success.
Oh, that's good for you. 2 successes. Excuse me while I scroll through my pages back and forth. Right, so that's that one. You get 2 successes for that. 7 of hearts. Marking that down. And you manage to pull out again, and right on her tail, still keeping that same distance, that 20-meter distance. that you had before, and then she sort of pulls out to that 200 as she's pulling away with that large dice roll. You and her both have kept ahead of everyone behind you. There's no one seems to be pulling in behind you as you're pulling off. There's quite a distance between the two of you and whoever's behind. Your next stop point is actually in Portland itself for the 4th card at Flinders Park, but you've got a fair ways to go before then. Tick off that. So you are now cutting off south from the C176 onto the C191 to the Tyrandera Ettrick Road. It's a hard south cut. Quite a tight corner both of you make. And I'm not going to make you roll again. You've both made some pretty good rolls through there. You're going to get to catch up with her soon, hopefully. I would say, though, instead of making a ride roll this time, your knowledge of the area, you've been back and forth through here, haven't you, Aaron?
Yeah, it would have been, actually.
So I'm going to get you to give me... I'll say an intelligence drive to see if you know any shortcuts through here. Might not be your top roll, but...
Okay. A messy critical for for 5 successes.
All right, so because you got the messy crit, your hunger goes up by 1, putting you to, I believe, 4.
I think that's actually 3 because I
3. No, you went down 1 before. That's right. Yeah. It's 3.
So you got my tracker. There it is.
No, you did. Yeah, you went and had the animal feed at the beginning. So you're back up at 3 though. This with June pulling away, and she's a ghoul, I believe, if I've written that correctly.
Yeah, she's a ghoul.
You know that your ability should far outstep hers, and that pisses you off. You like her. She's a good friend, but she should not be able to ride better than you. Her bike must be good, and you need to make this up. And that beast in your mind is like, come on, man. If you had just fed just that little bit more, you could rouse your blood some more and get a kick on her next time. Kick her off. Kick her off. Get up beside her and kick her off. And it's that voice in your head nagging away. We'll get back to you on that. Back to the team inside. Echo, you know you're drawing close to your meeting time with our man Van Diemen. There's a little more time you guys can spend here talking if you need to, but just so you're aware.
Just so you know, Baz, I got 8 successes on the ritual.
Ritual 8 successes, thank you.
Yeah, at some point Jackson would ask Echo to talk privately.
So, Isaac, you would finish your rituals within the few hours of these guys talking and whatnot, so you can join conversation again when you feel fit. Jackson, you've asked Echo to talk privately, you said.
I'm sleeking off to the server room.
You're sleeking off to the server room. Nice.
Yep.
Are you looking up anything in particular?
No, just looking where everything is, where things may be getting placed, and start putting little marks here, there, what I want to do.
You're giving them instruction of where you, and what you want. That's good.
No, just what I want to do.
That's also fair. Pip, what's your plans at this point?
So I'll head to Miss Munro. What do you need from me, Miss Munro?
I'd just like to give him the respect he would want and put him at rest somewhere proper.
And Pip's sort of like, there's a look of fear in his eyes and blood starts coming out of his eyes, and he just sort of, like his voice a little quaky. He's like, for that I'll need something else to pierce the silence. That's the voices and uncertainty fray at the edges of my mind. The madness takes a firmer grasp. I need something else. I can't be alone, Miss Munro.
But please. You're not alone. You've got us.
Not always.
Is there any cockroaches around?
I was just going to say, Pip, make an intelligence awareness roll for me, please. Good call, Jackson, because that's what he's rolling for.
Oh, sorry, Jackson would be looking too. After
You do the
hearing that.
same thing, intelligence awareness, Jackson.
Intelligent.
3.
Oh, 2.
3 for Jackson, 2 for Pip.
Wait, no, that was me working out how many awareness dice I had.
All right.
Holy. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
I got a brutal critical on the blood dice.
Nice. So you get 1 point hungrier too, but you're pretty low down there. You go up to 2. 2 hunger though. Pip, the voice in the back of your head's it's new to you as you're new to this game, and it seems a lot louder. Even at 2 hunger, it seems a lot louder than everyone else. But you've been to the limit before. You know it can be worse, and it just says, "Why are you letting her take this from you? He's your friend. He always was good to you. Never said anything bad. All you've had is books, him, and on the odd occasion, cockroach friend." Then you spot the cockroach as Jackson does. 2 of them, to be precise, on Echo's shoulder. She's completely oblivious to it. It's out of her view. And Jackson, you would probably just see the one, whereas Pip sees 2.
I'd reach out and grab it gently. Actually, I'd probably do it using rapid reflexes since it's free to spare Echo.
Yeah.
Just a quick grab, and then I'd walk up to Pip and just open my hand and hand it to him.
Rapid reflexes. I'll just get you to
3.
make it. Yeah, it's a 3, is it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, yeah, you're fine. You get the cockroach with ease.
Pretty much allows me to automatically succeed on a dex save, a dex check,
Dex roll. Yeah.
dex roll thing.
Sweet. The cockroach wasn't trying to get away, so there's no opposing roll. It just had to make 1. But you get it quick enough. And Pippy's handing you a cockroach in his hand. But you see the other one that's still on his shoulder that he didn't spot.
So I sort of put my hand up, like trying to coax it onto my hand.
Ooh. No, you can have that. Quick, yeah.
Oh, come on, Echo. You've seen worse.
It's just a cockroach.
Have you seen them up close?
A friendly.
Yes, I have. We've seen worse. Don't you remember our little expedition?
Yeah, I don't care. I don't want it worse sitting on my shoulder. Or better.
Pretty sure
Get
we've
off.
all seen worse.
And
It does. Sorry, it does remind you though, Echo, that you do have a meeting upcoming shortly.
I've got to change. I brought my red dress that I was going to wear to the Manhattan. Is there a bath? Do we have bathrooms in here?
I mean, is
The existing building
Kinda.
would have had a bathroom, a change room, a male and a female toilet. It's an old factory. It would have been made for humans. So yes, it does have bath areas or dressing areas, lockers.
I'm going to go and just walk away while Pip's talking to his roach and change quickly and grab my duffel.
Jackson, you wanted to catch her privately. This is probably a good time before she gets changed.
yeah, Pip, take this. I'll be back.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Dr. Graves. I'll be right back. And I'll follow Echo. So, Echo, before you change, I met with a man by the name of Greg Smith at the museum on Thursday night, last night. Now, they know Sophia didn't return Masquerade Ball. Not entirely sure why, or even if she's still with us, assuming she's not. But they have expressed that if I can shed some light on this particular incident, that the acquirement of said sword is still on the table. I have the money to buy it. All I need is not so much evidence, but a convincing story of where she possibly is or might be. I have an idea on possible implication of a mutual friend of ours may push votes to your favour, potentially. We would need some evidence that she has met final death. I'm not a good liar. Well, I can. I mean, anyone can lie, but I'm not as convincing as others. So what I propose is that you and I set a meeting with Briggs Smith, and we convince him that our Sheriff Marco was responsible for her final death.
Mm-hmm. Do you think the coterie should know about this?
At this point, that's up to you. As you declaring praxis puts you clearly in charge of this coterie.
I think we'd all have probably some better ideas put together, maybe. As
Aaron's ideas are brutish at best. He would rather go in guns blazing. I like those ideas too, but I've spent many decades as a soldier and as a businessman, and I've found that business wins out over gunfire most times.
I'll have to think of something.
We got time. You didn't give me any particular time frame, but if we want to acquire that sword as quickly as possible with the least amount of problems, I think this is our best option. I mean, I can break into that museum tomorrow, no problem. But if we are caught or implicated in any way, that's the whole thing gone to shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to see the anarchs out of the city, 100%. And I could blow up the building tomorrow, pick through the ruins and get the sword. I'm sure it'll be safe where it is, but that draws unwanted attention to us.
We have a meeting with Van Diemen tonight. Maybe perhaps he might have ideas as well.
That is one topic of discussion, definitely. I've got a couple of ideas floating around. I've got to talk to a couple of people as well, just in case we have no other option but to go into that museum.
Right.
But
thank you.
Wanted to let you know.
Thank you.
It's an option.
And I will go into the bathroom closet, whatever it is, and smile at him and shut the door and change.
And
No
I will
problem.
head back to the group. Head back to the rest of the coterie.
Sweet. So, Pip, Isaac, Jackson, Zane, you can discuss what you wish for a few minutes before we switch back to Aaron.
I see you're a lover of books there, young Pip.
Oh yes, books are wonderful.
What are
Cockroaches
you
are
reading?
kind of cool too.
What are you reading?
Oh, this one, and he holds up a book, and this one is titled "A Fibbled Stib of Guns, Mechanical Birds, and Exploding Cows: An Autobiography." It's quite whimsical. I'll lend it to you once I've finished.
Obscure title. But
I do love obscure books.
obscure title for an obscure person, I guess. Nothing to be ashamed of, though.
You need to come and see some of the books that I have acquired, Pip. I think you might enjoy them.
In fact, in saying that, Dr. Graves, you might find this is a bit of a surprise, Pip, but I also have an extensive library. More than happy to show you.
Oh. Can I have unlimited borrowing rights? It's always been a dream.
Of course you can.
Oh, man. And he sort of wipes the tears, the blood from his eyes, and sort of just cleans it off. Yeah, it's not quite. Yeah.
What's the matter, Pip?
I've made a mess. But I've got cockroaches. Want to see?
Best looking cockroaches around.
So why do you carry around those ashes, Pip?
It's difficult to be alone. And I know he's not really still here, and now I don't even know if it's him. It might not
Oh.
be him.
Really?
Yeah. He asked for
Do you-
help. I don't.
He asked you for help.
Yeah.
Would you like me to help, Pip? Do you like magic?
Magic. Oh yes, magic's great.
Like a little trick that we might be able to find the answer, if you will. If you would indulge me.
What do you need? Miss Monroe wants to bury him?
Oh, I don't need anything more than, and Isaac will reach into his bag and pull out a small ribbon of satin, and he will just empty the already goblet that he's got, and again cut his wrist to fill the goblet, and he is going to.
The silk ribbon, what colour is that?
It's white.
White, nice. Not for long, I imagine.
Just out of
no.
context too, with one of Jackson's flaws, if you will, the smell of supernatural blood, either in Hunger 2 would be rather not too intoxicating, but would definitely pique my interest.
Good call. Jackson, you're not too close by. Just give me a willpower roll, please. So all your unspent willpower, just roll those dice. No hunger dice.
No successes, all fails.
So, Isaac, as you open and let some of your vitae out, Jackson becomes immediately aware. Jackson, I would say with that, no willpower rolls, you headed straight over to him. It's intoxicating, like you said. Not enough to make you attack him, but you want to know the source of the smell and you want to get a good look at it.
I don't think I'd get uncomfortably close, but definitely a lot closer than
Just closer, yeah.
Probably a lot closer than Dr. Isaac would, Dr. Graves would like, I would assume.
While he's a little uncomfortable, he's focused on his task, and with the blood in the goblet, he will dip the ribbon into the blood. For your reference, Baz, 6 successes on the ritual.
6 successes. And what ritual is this?
This is Illuminate Trail of the Prey.
Prey, I wondered. Yep.
The moment the ribbon, enters the goblet, it catches fire. And it's very quick. It just burns very quickly like a fuse, and then it's out. So he is looking for. All right, so I need to roll an intelligence survival.
Yes, you do. And those of you around the room see as he puts the ribbon in the blood, it ignites up in flame and just disappears into almost like one of those magician's tricks that just sort of.
Jackson would definitely take a step back.
Yeah, and I would say the rest of the kindred would. No need to make a willpower on this. It's just a quick flame, but yeah, kindred don't normally love that. What did you get, Magic?
A critical success for 7.
Nice. So, the ash or the target you're trying to illuminate trail of prey of is the ash person, right? That's what you're focusing
No,
on?
they believe the prince is still
the
alive.
prince.
So
the prince,
yes.
right. I see. And you know the face of the prince, so that works. You see the path traveled by the victim in the previous 24 hours. Okay. So you would need to be near areas of where the prince would have been to be able to follow the tracks. But you know, with this ritual, there would be a trail. You feel it. You feel that the ritual is active. You just have to find the trail.
And Isaac will then sort of open up his eyes. It's time to go hunting. Where was the last place we saw the prince?
Cemetery by Elysium.
Would you like to come with me, Pip?
Hang on a minute. You saying that he's not dead?
I'm saying I have a trail. Whether he's dead or not, I don't know. I have a piece of string. I have a trail of breadcrumbs, if you will. At the end of the trail of breadcrumbs, I will tell you whether he's alive or dead or whether it just hits a dead end.
What time is it, Storyteller?
It would be getting roughly around coming up 10 o'clock.
Okay, so good. I'd like to trail along if that would be suitable, Dr. Gray.
You're all welcome to follow the Blood Brick Road.
I like that analogy.
As you know, Isaac, the trail of prey you were following could be dead or alive. It doesn't seem to note which, but you have a thing. Echo, you've gotten change and you can see the time. It's getting close to 10, like I say, coming up 10 o'clock, and it's actually 1:45 to be precise. We're just going to skip over to Aaron for a second. Well, for longer than a second. Aaron, you've hit a hard west now as you're coming back, heading towards Portland on the A1. It's a hard west turn. You're still behind June. She is rocketing. The one behind you on the Ducati is right up your behind as well. So we're going to do another dexterity drive. If there's anything fancy you want to do as well, let me know. We can add to that.
I'll just be following her trail. So
Yep, riding in her wind or out of her wind.
Yep, and I got 5 successes.
1, 2, 3. So you got 5 successes. The one behind you only gets 3. So you pull ahead. That's a different roll of dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She equals you. 5 successes. I would say you gain a few meters on her, but she's taking the corners. You can see she sort of swings the bike to one side, lays it low, and then lifts it back up on hard angle to the west. And then as you guys continue on the path through the Narrawong district onto Wyndham Street, you turn off the A1 onto the A200. Another set of rolls, same again. I'll roll for the one behind first. Crit. That gives me 5 for the Ducati. And roll for her. Oh, not as good that time. And June gets 4.
So me and June are the same.
Okay, I'll say you gain on her just a tad. Same again. The Ducati behind you is now beside you. Just, you'll say a wheel's breadth ahead of it. It's close. Not a rider you recognise, not brandishing any colours. Just gives you a sort of salute, biker to biker, and just holds the accelerator. And you guys now heading into off the A200, leaning southwest onto the Henty Highway, which you know leads into Portland, your last sort of major pickup point to get the fourth card before you turn around and head on the way back. So, is there anything Aaron would do at this point? You were going to need fuel. We did mention that. I forgot about it earlier. You know that Flinders Park's going to have fuel tanks. You do look down and notice your fuel is getting low. Anything you'd like to do at this point out of the norm?
No, I'd be following and just trying to get that fuel to go as far as possible, but still keep up with everyone else.
Sweet. Give me a composure drive, please. Yeah, slightly different.
Three successes.
The rider next to you doesn't intimidate you at all. It's annoying that he or she has gotten right up beside you, but they're holding speed with you, and you're not letting it get to you as you guys head into Portland through a few streets. And with that composure roll, I'd say you were able to pull around a couple of corners, take some side streets, and get ahead of the third rider just a bit to get into Flinders Park. And in Flinders Park is the checkpoint and a fuel stop. What they are doing is every rider who takes a fuel stop, they're doing the old breakaway. So they're holding riders. You've come in X amount of seconds before the last rider. They fuel you, you go, and they fuel the next one, but they don't let them go until the same amount of seconds has passed. They're doing it as race ready as they can. Your next card, so you'll need to roll two dice for me.
Zero. No successes.
No successes. It's a random card. So you get the good random card for you, the 7 of diamonds.
Ooh. This doesn't look good.
It's actually not too bad considering. Right, so, and with that, you're back on the highway, heading the opposite direction now, taking a similar path, but a few different roads as you get back onto the main highway, knowing that checkpoint 5 is in Woolsthorpe, at a petrol station there. Once again, they've allowed areas for bikes that are larger tanks or smaller tanks, depending on where they need to stop. And we will come back to you shortly. Make a tick break. Echo, as you step out of the haven, going to your vehicle, you notice a cockroach or two playing in front of your feet. They sort of jump forward, leapfrogging each other. Are you heading to your vehicle?
Yes.
As you get to your vehicle, there's more cockroaches on your vehicle. They jump away from your vehicle outside the haven and lead away. They stop, waiting to see what you do.
So they are looking like I should follow them. Basically, they're blatantly.
I would say you would pick up on that, yeah.
So I will follow.
And they lead about a street down, not far, just to get away from the haven a block away. And there's a car there, quite a fancy looking car, limousine in dark blue. Driver inside, a handsome young man. He hops out and opens the door, and the roaches all sort of disappear into the nothingness behind the car, under the car, wherever. And he says, "Miss Munro, my name is Jeffrey, and I shall be taking you to meet with Mr. Van Diemen tonight."
Hello, Jeffrey. And I'm going to just nod at him and smile and get in the vehicle.
Excellent. And as you step in, he closes the door. He's letting you into the back. You have two long, dark leather lounge seats. There's a fridge. There's wine glasses, but you can smell that it's not wine. That is fresh as fresh can be blood. He's put on the best for you. The car takes its drive 15 or so minutes. You pretty much arrive spot on 10 o'clock to the Treasury Gardens, where Jeffrey opens the door, lets you, sort of waves his hand, lets you step out. You can see it's an open area, street lights and park lamps lighting the way. There's open grass spaces with trees and shrubs sort of spattered everywhere. And about the middle of the area is a table set up, a very ornate looking table with a very ornate looking chessboard on it. The pieces are sort of thick, dark bases with gold and silver inlays. The board's this massive sort of almost like a mahogany wood with golden inlays as well, details of leaves and edgings of flowers, sort of almost thorn-like. And all the pieces are wood with golden heads or silver heads, depending if it's white or black. There are two stools set up, and not just a general wooden stool. They're leather-seated with a slight back on them. And right next to them are two very gorgeous young women and two very handsome young men, all in the same light blue. The men in tailored suits, the woman in sort of almost like flower girl dresses, but of that same sort of light bright blue. You can see a few cockroaches on one of the stools, and one of the young men sort of points you to the stool opposite. It doesn't have any cockroaches on it. He says, "Take a seat, ma'am."
Thank you. I'll sit.
A couple of the cockroaches bounce on the opposite stool, and then there doesn't seem to be any locals about, no other people. It's just these four here. You can see looking further around, maybe a couple of Van Diemen's guards, hard to say, but there doesn't seem to be anyone wandering the area as Van Diemen just shimmers into view. He looks at you and says, and we're about to finish, don't panic. He looks at you and says, "Miss Munro, so you owe me a chess game, and here I sit. Do you have anything you wish to ask of me before we begin?"
No, let's just see where the night takes us.
He offers you, one of his people holds one chess piece in each hand, mixes them up, holds the hands out to you, and he offers you to take a hand, left or right.
Right.
Good choice, Miss Munro. That's the white. And the man, the young, handsome man, opens his hand, and it is indeed the white. He says, "Your move."
I'm gonna just move my pawn forward 2 spaces and start the game.
He looks when you move the pawn. He says, "Have you acquired the sword I've asked for?"
That is a lot trickier than it looks, but I did acquire something else.
"And what did you acquire?"
If I may. And I reach into my duffel and I take I don't know if it's bloodstained or not. I take out Sophia's dress and I say, "This is all that remains of Miss Hall."
The dress probably would have a bit of vitae on it, unless you had it cleaned. But otherwise, it's in fairly good condition. He looks to you and he says, "Interesting." And he moves a pawn himself. "I don't care how I get the sword. That's your problem. But I do care that she is no longer a thorn on my side. That I am happy with." Rather brutal, too, I must say. Did not think you would do it.
I thought that'd be a nice touch if you know any Nosferatu ladies that would love to wear Sophia's dress. I think she would love that.
It's not the sword But I will give you information for what you have done. And he waits for you to make your move.
I'm gonna. I've moved the pawn that was in front of my bishop, so I'm gonna move my bishop a little forward, so diagonally.
He moves, and it doesn't matter where you're placing pieces. We're going to roll for this next game, but he moves one of his knights without even looking at it. He moves the piece, but looks at you the whole time. You can see movement under his skin beneath the eye socket. And he says, I see everything. I know exactly what went down. I also know that you are going to be, well, you have put your name in for the prince position. So instead of offering you information, I can give you the backing of the Nosferatu.
That would be wonderful.
Of course, everything comes with other strings attached, we might say. Sophia's death solves one minor problem. My backing gives you more than just a minor advantage. So my backing will come with some extra perks. How does that sound to you?
That sounds lovely.
I shall talk to the Nosferatu Primogen. And when I say I shall talk, I will tell them how to vote.
Thank you. That means a lot. And we will be getting you a sword, one way or another.
Yes, I believe it should be easier now.
Jackson has some ideas.
Excellent. Well, we have much to talk about. And with that, we shall call it the end of this particular portion of our night. Well done, team. Tried to jump around you as much as I could.
Well done, well done. So before we get do our usual round the cameras, getting moments from tonight, just to let everyone know once again, just a reminder that this will be it for D&D and Vampire the Masquerade until January. So 5th of January, Wednesday, will be the return of Curse of Strahd, and January the 9th will be the return of Vampire the Masquerade. Got a couple of people away, IRL stuff over the next couple of weeks, so it's just easier. Give everyone a couple of weeks off for that sort of stuff. I will still be streaming over that time, doing other things. Just keep an eye on the Discord and the Twitter and stuff for that. So round the board we go.
We shall start with Zane today.
Put him on a spot.
Yeah, of course. I enjoyed the bike ride and how that's playing out. That's fun.
Interesting.
Pity Zane can't watch the cameras. Because there is none.
Once he gets through some towns, he might. Aaron.
Geelong and Melbourne were the main camera areas.
Oh, yeah. Over to Aaron.
I'm enjoying the pokey run, that you actually planned it out via proper, route instead of just going, no, you went here and then you went there. That's actually really good.
That took some time.
now I've got to read up about poker because I've got no idea. So I've got to try to make a hand out of this, what you're giving me, which will be interesting. But it's looking like I'm getting a strong hand. It looks like I'm getting a stronger hand anyway because I've got 3 sevens and a king.
That's a good roll to start with.
Yeah, 3 of a Crying King high. That's a pretty strong hand.
But and then Zane sitting back and watching the race from his little box that he's made. But, yeah.
Very good. And we're going to go up to Isaac.
2 for me. 1, obviously, which Sadiq touched on earlier, just Zane keeping an eye on the race with the traffic cams and kind of like really worrying until he couldn't do anything more before he moved on. I thought that was a typical Melky thing. And speaking of our Malkies, I think Pip's moment talking about him being alone. I think that was a good moment because, vampires don't really share a lot of emotions and stuff like that, but it's clear that Pip has a relatively high humanity, so he still has that. And being relatively new, Kindred as well, he'd be probably closer to the humanity side than anyone else in the coterie at the moment. So just having that sort of vampire/humanity link, that was a nice touch. So for a lot of players who are new to Vampire the Masquerade, that's something that vampires do deal with fairly regularly.
Yeah, good. Thank you for that. Jackson.
I got a couple. Pip, definitely the book. Fibbles book. That was just way to tie in yet another one of our community campaigns in a book title. It was great. I think everybody broke at that point. I think we all sort of just, it was great. It was one of the best moments for me. But I think just the whole thing over, I mean, Magic, Isaac Graves, just the way he does things, and obviously he's been a Kindred for quite some time, I would imagine, just from how you play it. So he's definitely got more knowledge than probably most of the coterie, which is interesting to me anyway. So I'd actually really enjoying Isaac Graves as a character. And the poker run. Props to the storyteller for planning out an actual poker run.
Yep. Had to do a bit of research on that one. Echo, over to you.
All right. Aaron tapping somebody on the shoulder as he goes by, kind of cheeky. That's kind of nice. Isaac describing his rituals. That was really cool. And Pip's gun bag. Really? That was funny.
Yeah, let's pull out a gun by its barrel and point it at ourselves, because that's what we do.
And segue into Pip.
So I had a couple too. I really enjoyed, and from last week as well, the way Magic plays Isaac, and particularly in the library where the librarian's like, "Oh, can I help you?" He's like, "Oh no, I have everything I need," and just the way he says it in that sort of commanding way. The poker run was great, and it makes me excited for what the chess game's going to be like because of the way you've developed the poker run. I'm sure the chess game's probably not quite as complex with the bike and the tablet and stuff, but and I really appreciated Echo's way of getting the ashes. She still didn't get the ashes, but it was a good back and forth. I really enjoyed that. I'm sure she'll get them eventually. It'll be fine.
Good call.
A quick one from the chat. Mina says, I like Baz's concept of the poker run and how Echo tried to seduce the librarian with the book.
Oh, thank you, everyone who's mentioned the poker run. So I actually spent far more time on the poker run than anything else this episode. 90% of everything else was just I had to wing it and try and remember what I'd been saying previously. But I wanted the poker run to feel a little bit real, and what I researched online was kind of so I made up the tablet thing. I don't know if anyone's done that before. I thought it would be a good idea with the world we live in now to be able to utilize tablets for that. The cards, in case anyone's wondering, they are random. I've got a list of the cards, and whatever dice is rolling depends on for which checkpoint he stops at, depends on what card he gets. So obviously there's not 52 cards at every checkpoint because he's going to take one each time. So for me, I've got a few as well. Repeating a few of what we've heard, Isaac's library transaction. Everything that you detail, Magic is really good because some of those ritual details and just writing in blood on the paper and going to put it away. It is very Tremere. It's very secret. It's very Doctor Strange-esque in points, and it's nice. It's nice just to have that difference in character than because everyone's sort of more like a future norm, whereas the Tremere to me are almost like they're out of time somewhat. you know, they work in this world, but they always feel like they're out of time to me, and I think you portray that well. Pip, motorcycles are dangerous. I feel like I'll get shot with a gun if I have a gun. Jax, building some room for Zane to keep him busy for years. If everything works out, that is.
That's if everything works out.
That's exactly what you said. If everything works out, that is.
Yeah. Well, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, anything could happen.
Pip, is there a bathroom? Yeah, just that question of even though you know, I guess you forget. I say day instead of night and stuff all the time. You forget you're in a vampire world, and I guess that was a Pip question, but it's probably also a Grim question. And then everyone sort of realised, well, hang on, no, we don't go to the toilet. It did sound really Pip-like.
I think it just leans back to that humanity thing. I mean, relatively new to the kindred world, so things that he's so used to doing, are still quite fresh for him. So it makes sense that he'd ask those questions. I think it's just really cool.
And then Jackson, Aaron's ideas are brutish at best. That was a great line.
It's a gangrel way. We'll run in there with claws out and kill everybody.
But that's it. I mean, I could write all day these things half the time, but you guys are playing really well, and I appreciate the effort and time that's been put into the game, guys. So loving it. Thank you very much.
And I'll reiterate that expression. Yeah, I mean, season 2, we are coming close to a season 2 close as well. So after New Year, I think we have 3 episodes left in season 2. Then after that, we'll be starting my second homebrew campaign, which is a carry on from the first one. So Paradigm 2, campaign 2 will start sometime after the end of VTM. And then what I will probably do with that, we'll run that for a few months, and then we'll take a break from that and come back and do season 3 of VTM. The Wednesday nights, once Curse of Strahd is finished, will not predominantly be used unless I'm running a mini campaign. Which, in saying so, channel points, guys, if you've got channel points to spend and you want to spend them, we've got a community challenge to run another mini adventure, which will be on a Wednesday night. Once the challenge is complete, I will then put 6 mini adventures into a random roller, a dice roller, and we will choose a mini adventure from those 6, and then I'll call for players. And again, any person can put themselves forward for it, but I'll be looking for 4 players for the mini adventures going forward. Nice, easy, quick number to use. Just makes it a whole lot easier to run. And we'll put everyone's name that puts their name forward, so I don't think we're going to limit it to just 4. Everyone can put their name in. We'll draw people out of a hat, out of a dice roll or whatever, like we did last time.
Does anyone know what's happening with the Roasted session?
That'll all come down to when Curse of Strahd finishes. I mean, again, in light of recent events, there's still a possibility that Curse of Strahd could run for another 6 months. It really depends on dice rolls and what you guys do as characters. Cam is pretty much ready to go. He's got a few maps that he's got to make, but for all intents and purposes, he's ready to go. But essentially, once it gets close, I'll have to give him a bit of a push, and we'll probably take a break in between anyway. So we'll do the same thing. Into Curse of Strahd, we will stop that week. The very next Wednesday night, we'll do a just chatting session. We'll talk about the campaign. We'll get some questions from the chat and from the players, and just do a.
Can we just push Roasted out in the cold and let him go for it from there?
Hey, you want to do that? That's up to you. But he's definitely keen to run it, and I think he's a little nervous. But that's just from past experience. I think he'll do fine. But we'll definitely push him towards it a little bit closer time. Anywho, that is it from us, everybody. Cheers for hanging out with us. Scripsy, good to see you. Thank you to the resubs, Grim and Magic, new followers as well. Cheers, guys, for stopping by and joining us. Most Wednesdays and Sundays we're running some form of D&D at the moment. Like I say, 2 weeks. We're going to take 2 weeks off over Christmas. Back in the new year. I will be doing some gaming, however, throughout that time. So keep an eye on the Discord and on the Twitter, and we'll see you then. We're going to raid 7 of 7. He's doing some Clone Hero. I just noticed that he was on, so we're going to jump over and give Mr. 7 some love. So check him out. He's a really cool dude. He's been a part of his community. He's been a part of our community for a long time, since I was over on Mixer. So definitely go check him out and show him the love. And we will see you when we see you.